What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing my official 2025 NASCAR Cup Series predictions. For the 2025 season, I've got 25 predictions. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. Prediction number 1. Kyle Larson will win at least 4 NASCAR Cup Series races in 2025. Since joining Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson has won more than 3 races in every single season. And in last year, in 2024, he scored 6 victories. I think Larson will likely be the winningest driver once again in 2025, and I think Larson will at least get 4 victories. Larson will be up front on a week-by-week basis, and I think he's got a good chance to get his second ever regular season championship. I think Kyle Larson will have a really strong, great season and get at least 4 victories. Prediction number 2. Shane Van Gisbergen will win at least 2 NASCAR Cup Series races in 2025. Shane Van Gisbergen is probably going to be mediocre at times on the ovals, but I think he's going to get his wins on road courses. I look at Mexico City, a really good opportunity. Circuit Americas at the new configuration, considering he's had supercars experience at that. He's going to be strong at Watkins Glen, and we know he's going to be strong at the Chicago Street Course and Sonoma as well. So I think Shane will have the potential to at least get a couple victories in 2025. Prediction number 3. Ross Chastain will win at least 1 race in 2025. Ross Chastain has won 5 races over the course of the last 3 seasons, picked up 1 win in 2024 at Kansas. I think he wins at least 1 race, but I could also see him getting 2 or 3 victories because Ross Chastain is going to be fast enough. I think he for sure wins at least 1 race in 2025. Prediction number 4. Chase Elliott will make the championship 4. Chase Elliott has not made the championship 4 since 2022. However, I think Chase Elliott is going to get it done in 2025. Near the end of the year, Chase Elliott showed a lot of raw pace and speed, led over 200 laps in the final few races of the year. I think he's going to win a few races as well, and I think the number 9 team is going to have the pace and speed. I think he does for sure make the championship 4 this upcoming season. Prediction number 5. Carl Edwards will show up to at least 2 NASCAR Cup Series races in 2025. I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to get behind the wheel in 2025, but I think he'll make a couple public appearances. In 2024, Carl Edwards showed up to, I believe, 3 or 4 NASCAR Cup Series events. I think he could show up to tracks like Kansas and Nashville, especially now being a NASCAR Hall of Famer. I think he will show up to at least a few races in the 2025 season. Maybe gets involved in the sport in some way, who knows, but I think he will for sure show up to the racetrack at some point. Prediction number 6. Carson Osbar will finish in the top 20 in the NASCAR Cup Series points. Carson Osbar, I believe, finished 21st or 22nd NASCAR Cup Series points in 2024, and I think he's going to improve in 2025. Carson Osbar was exceptional, and I think especially with Hendrick coming in and really helping this program going into 2025, I think Carson is going to be exceptional and very, very strong. So I think he's going to have a much better season. I think he's also going to be a borderline playoff contender in 2025. Prediction number 7. Connor Zilisch will make his NASCAR Cup Series debut at some point in 2025. Connor Zilisch is driving full-time for Junior Motorsports in the 2025 season, but I believe that he will make his Cup debut most likely with Trackhouse Racing. Trackhouse is expected to bring back their Project 91 car in 2025, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do and where he'll make his run. I would not be surprised to see him in Chicago or Watkins Glen, but I think that he'll at least make 1 Cup start for sure in 2025. Prediction number 8. Kyle Larson will reach 10,000 laps led in NASCAR Cup Series competition. I believe Kyle Larson has led 9,269 laps. I could be wrong on that number, but Kyle Larson is less than 1,000 laps away from reaching 10,000 laps. And there's only about 21 or 22 drivers in Cup history that have been able to do that. I think Kyle Larson is going to be able to accomplish that, and I think he for sure leads over 10,000 laps in 2025. Prediction number 9. Christopher Bell will win at least 2 NASCAR Cup events in 2025. Christopher Bell has won, I believe, a couple races in each of the past few years, and Christopher Bell, I think, will be a legit championship contender. Joe Gibbs Racing will have some big stuff coming in with Chris Gabehart being the competition director now. I think Christopher Bell and the number 20 team are going to be fast enough. I think he for sure gets a few victories in the 2025 season with JGR. Prediction number 10. Bubba will also win 1 race in 2025. Bubba Wallace is going to have a new crew chief in the 2025 season, and I believe that they're going to bring the pace and speed. And I think Bubba's even going to be a little more fast than he was in 2024. And there were a few opportunities in 2024 where he probably should have gone to victory lane. I think this time around they're going to be fast and quick enough, and I think Bubba Wallace will get 1 win in the 2025 Cup season. Prediction number 11, Junior Motorsports will announce that they will be forming a Cup Series program in 2026. I don't think Junior Motorsports will most likely run in 2025, but I keep saying that there's a chance that they could do it. Dale Jr. has been open to it. He could find a way to invest into the NASCAR Cup Series in the future. He's been open to it, especially over the course of the last couple of years. If an investment company come into play, I think that's how I see Junior Motorsports join. I think this is going to be bold, but I think it will happen in 2025. Prediction number 12, Honda will be announced to be joining the NASCAR Cup Series in 2027. Throughout 2024, there was a lot of talk and conversation about Honda potentially joining the Cup Series in 2026. That obviously did not get announced, but NASCAR says they're getting closer and closer to having a new manufacturer in the sport. I think that is going to happen in the 2025 season. I think some point in the early to middle portion of the year, they're finally going to get it done, especially with the hybrid components coming in. I think Honda will be announced to join Cup in 2025. Prediction number 13, Spire Motorsports will score at least 15 top 10 finishes across all three of their drivers in 2025. I think Spire Motorsports is going to take leaps and bounds and become much better than they were in 2024. I think they had about 10 or 11 top 10s, maybe some more, I'm not entirely sure, but I think they're going to score a lot more top 10s. They've got Michael McDowell joining the team, Justin Haley's with the organization full-time. I think it's going to be a strong year for the program, and I think it's going to be a very competitive season for them in 2025, and I think they score at least 15 top 10s. Prediction number 14, Tyler Reddick will win 2 races in 2025. I think he's going to regress a little bit in the wins column, but I think he'll be super consistent. I think he will be a legit championship threat and contender, and I think most likely his wins are going to come at Darlington, one of his better tracks. He's really good at all types of tracks, but at the end of the day, I think it will be a little more difficult with some of the competition coming in to win a ton of races, but I think Reddick will win 2 races in 2025. Prediction number 15, Riley Herbst will finish outside of the top 20 in NASCAR Cup Series points. While I do expect the Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick will make the playoffs, I think it's going to be a little bit of struggle for Riley Herbst. I don't know if Herbst is fully ready to make the jump up the Cup just yet, and I think that with an expanding team, they're going to struggle a little bit. I wish Corey Heim was behind the wheel to see, but it is what it is. But I think Riley Herbst will struggle and finish outside of the top 20 in the standings. Prediction number 16, Chase Briscoe will go to victory lane at some point in 2025. Not exactly sure how many wins he will get throughout the 2025 season, but I think Briscoe will go to victory lane. I think that he's going to gel very well with James Small most likely, and I think they're going to bring the pace and speed at tracks like Phoenix and even Richmond as well. I think they're going to be fast. They're going to be contenders for sure. I think Briscoe will be quick enough to win at least a few races in 2025. Prediction number 17, Kurt Busch will be back at the track in some point in 2025. Kurt Busch obviously did not go to the track. I'm not going to get into why, but I think he'll be back on the track in a pretty big capacity in the 2025 season. I don't think he'll get behind the wheel of a race car at all, but I think that he will be showing up and helping out the 2311 camp in some major form and capacity. I think he wants to be back at the track a little more too. I think he stated that recently. I think he will show up to the track a lot more consistently in 2025. Prediction number 18, Denny Hamlin will announce retirement from the NASCAR Cup Series at the end of 2025. At the end of 2025, Denny Hamlin will be 45 years old, and his contract does go through the 2025 season with Joe Gibbs Racing. He has a new crew chief, as Chris Gabehart will not be the crew chief for him in the 2025 season, so therefore I think that Denny Hamlin, because of that, is going to struggle a little bit to be consistent, and I think his performance is going to start declining, so therefore I think Denny Hamlin officially confirms his retirement from the Cup Series at the end of this season. Prediction number 19, there will be at least 2 photo finishes at the end of the year. There were 3 photo finishes, I believe, in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2024 at Atlanta and Kansas, and also had some other photo finishes at, I believe, at Talladega as well. I think they're either going to come as super speedways or the intermediate tracks. We've usually seen some good photo finishes every year. I think that is going to continue. We're going to see some fantastic finishes throughout the season, and we get a few photo finishes in 2025. Prediction number 20, Joey Logano will miss the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs in 2025. The last time we saw a driver, defending champion, miss the playoffs after winning the title was Brad Keselowski in 2013 after winning the championship in 2012. Joey Logano in odd years does not perform very, very well. I think he will have a couple good runs, but that's it. Odd years are not as good for Logano. I think he'll probably win a race, but I think there's going to be so many guys going to victory lane that unfortunately for Joey Logano, I think he sadly does not end up making it, and I think he will struggle a little bit compared to other years. I think he will miss the playoffs. Prediction number 21. Ryan Blaney will win at least 2 NASCAR Cup events in 2025. Ryan Blaney has scored, I believe, 6 victories combined in the last 2 seasons. I think he's going to go at least win 2 for sure. Ryan Blaney's been really, really good, especially at the end of the year, but I think he'll also be more consistent and be a championship contender throughout the year. Ryan Blaney looked really strong at the end of 2024, and I think he'll once again be as strong as he was in 2024 and 2023, and I think he will for sure even be better. Prediction number 22. Brad Keselowski will make the round of 8 in 2025. I think Brad's going all the way to the round of 8 this upcoming season. He's working with Jeremy Bullins. The last time they worked together, he made the round of 8 in the Cup Series, and I think he's going to be even more consistent. Brad, I think, probably should have made the round of 8 in 2024, but I think they fell off a little bit during the summer. I don't think that's happening this time around, especially if RFK Racing officially expanding next year. I think Brad is going to be quick enough and strong enough, and I think he'll for sure have the pace and speed, and I think he does make the round of 8 in 2025. Prediction number 23. There will be at least one flip in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2025. There were a lot of flips this year. Josh Berry went upside down. Corey LaJoie flipped multiple times. Tyler Reddick did a barrel roll. And Daytona had Michael McDowell almost flipping upside down. You had a lot of flips throughout the year, and I think that is going to continue in 2025. I think it's going to happen. I think there will be at least one flip. I know they've tried to make changes to make the car not be flippy, but I think you will see at least one flip in 2025. Prediction number 24. NASCAR will announce 2 new dates/events for 2026. There's rumors about San Diego potentially coming into play. The Chicago Street Course contract only goes through 2025. I think this is going to be the last year for the Chicago Street Course, and I think NASCAR is going to announce a date at San Diego. There's been a lot of chatter about going to San Diego. I think that is going to get announced for 2026. I also think the Busch Clash will be going to Sao Paulo in Interlagos. There's been rumors that they've been in talks, conversations, go to Sao Paulo. NASCAR executives were down there very recently. I think we are going to see a race in San Diego, and I also think we'll see a race in Interlagos in 2026. In the 25th and final prediction is the Daytona 500 prediction. Every single year that I've done predictions for the Cup Series, I've always done a prediction for the Daytona 500. And the driver that I'm predicting to win the Daytona 500 in 2025 is Kyle Busch. I think Kyle Busch is going to win the 2025 Daytona 500, and I think he will make the playoffs based off this win. But I think it's going to be Kyle Busch's only victory in 2025. Look, Kyle Busch has been trying to win the Daytona 500 for 20 years at this point. This is actually technically his 20th Daytona 500. Yes, it's technically his 21st, but because of the fact he did not race in the 2015 Daytona 500, this is technically going to be his 20th try. I think Kyle Busch is going to get it done this time around. I think the A-team is going to be fast enough. Kyle Busch has been super, super strong on the super speedways. I think he's quick enough, and I think he will officially be able to get it done, and I think he will officially win the Daytona 500 in 2025. So, those are my 2025 NASCAR Cup Series predictions. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your 2025 NASCAR Cup predictions? Let me know them in the comments below. There won't be more content dropping today on the channel. Tomorrow on the channel, you're going to see a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. There one on Tuesday. There will probably be a team preview video, or actually I'll be doing my updated look at the Daytona 500 entries for 2025 as we're starting to get closer to that. And the Xfinity Series and truck predictions videos are probably going to be coming near the end of this year. Expect that content really, really soon. So anyway, and probably talk about people like Haley Dean, Connor Zillage, Kurt Busch, all those people probably too, and Carl Edwards and Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott, all those people really soon too. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.